We are at 100% battery state of charge. I've set it to conserve, which gets us 313 predicted guess-o-meter miles. Plan is today is to drive this thing down as low as I can so I can get back to the house and see exactly, driving 75 miles an hour up and down the highway, how far can I go in conserve mode. That is the best, lowest energy drive mode in the Rivian, which means I get the most miles. For example, if I switch it to all purpose and we have a look here, magically the miles drop off. Why? Because I'm running two motors all the time. In conserve mode, I run a set of motors up in the front. So that's the big difference. We are going to go with the maximum range possible here today during our high-speed 75 mile an hour drive test. And look who we have today. Hank. Hey. Luna. Hank. Yeah, Hank's ready for the long ride. Luna's along here as well. Hank, Luna, and I are off to our test, 313 miles. Let's go to here. Let's go to there. Let's go to about. Come on, Rivian, move it. We will reset it. In fact, I will reset both of these, okay? We are now 0. We're leaving at 331 miles in conserve mode. We're going to drive up to Highway 74. We're going to go back and forth at 33 mile approximately runs each way at 75 miles an hour. I'm going to run this down to probably 5% and then head back to the house. This will give us a great idea how far the Rivian R1T will go. Our starting temperature, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. The tires are pumped, ready to go. I think we're ready to move this down the road. Let's go. We are headed downtown Columbus, North Carolina. That's where end of Highway 74 starts. We'll take that run all the way to the east, over by the power plant, and then turn around and come directly back. And we'll do that as many times as we can with the energy that we have at 75 miles an hour. It is Sunday. Not much traffic. Well, at least I don't think there will be. However, if you look close on the screen, you'll see that it wants to rain. And the prediction is, as you can see later on this afternoon, it looks like we're supposed to get some rain. Hope to get this done before that all starts. We are just getting on the end of Highway 74, headed to the east. Looks like we had a little precipitation on the road. Shouldn't bother us at all, though. Don't know how much traffic we're going to have, but it's probably not going to be too much. We will set our speed now that it's 70 to 75 here. Here is the data, 313 miles of range, and we're showing 98% now. We're running at 75. We have engaged the hands-free lane keeping. I think they call that highway assist here in Rivian language. The time is 8:47. Well, apparently there's more traffic than I thought would be here on Sunday morning. That's okay. The terrain on this road goes up and down, maybe 50 or 100 feet in elevation. But being that I go up and back on this road, I end up nullifying the hills because it's the same both directions, but in reverse. I'm doing this test mainly because I really want to characterize the high-speed test here in the Rivian. During my recent trip to Wyoming, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, Nashville, everywhere. That 2,800 miles gave me some good information, but it wasn't controlled. I didn't set a constant speed. I didn't go over the same route, and I'd really like to know what the Rivian will actually do. So therefore, that's what today's test is about. I've got Hank and Luna in the back. They're crashed in the back, and they're awesome car riders. They get in the vehicle, crash out, and they're good for hours and hours. Today's GPS speed, just under 75, according to the speedometer app I have here. Uses GPS, shows our elevation. Our turnaround point's just ahead. And when we get there, I'll bring up the odometer so you can see exactly how far it was from my house to this point. All right, this is our turnaround point. Exit 189. Let's see if we can do all these things. Be really nice. Okay, so at the turnaround point is 33.2 miles from my house to here. There's 282 and 88% as we get back on the highway here. And back up speed. And 3. And just like that. Okay, we're heading back. Now we're headed to the east. There is a slight wind today, except it is nullified by going east and west. It's coming from the east. Here's the entire run where we got back on the highway. Keep calling it an interstate. And then Columbus is right there by Interstate 26 where we'll turn around. Here's the efficiency so far, into the first leg. It's 205 miles per kilowatt hour average. As you can see, it varies a little bit as we go up and down. We'll keep an eye on this, and by the time we get done, hopefully it'll have averaged out to our entire trip. Got a little cloud cover. I guess that's good for the air conditioning, but as long as this rain holds off till we're done with the test. Going downhill here, and this is where Interstate 26 is. So we get off, go around a bunch of whoopie-doos, and then back on the highway here. So that's where we get off. We're in regen now, big time. It's 25 miles an hour, and they're probably not kidding. It's a pretty radical loop here. Off here, go around 180, then we go up over the interstate here, so now we go up. It's kind of like a roller coaster actually. So we go up over the interstate. I can get on the interstate if I'm in the left lane. But we're going to go to Columbus. And then there's 2 traffic circles we'll go through. You stay to the right. Jig-jag a little bit here. There was a time before these traffic circles that used to be lights here. It's terrible. Pull it out a little bit here, you can see a little more. It's the first traffic circle. And on to the second traffic circle. Back up here on the interstate. Sorry, back up on the highway over the interstate, and we get back on where we started. So let's see if we can do the about thing and not get into a wreck. Hold on a second. We get up here on the highway. Look here, go to about, and we have 63.2 miles now. So you can do the math from when we got on at Cliffside there. All right, well, let's set speed and get on down the road. And we're heading back to the east. Time is 9:35 a.m. and it's now 72 degrees. We're running at 75 miles an hour here. GOM's reading 242 and 76%. Getting close to our turnaround point here. All right, here's our turnaround point. Have a look at the mileage. 90.8 miles. I'll make that 90.9 miles. 210 and 66%. So there you go. You're getting on the highway now. We're back on the highway, headed to the west. Time is 9:58. Getting close to the turnaround point here now. Off the off-ramp here. This will be the beginning of our fifth leg, headed towards the east. GOM says 173 and 54, and miles are 120.5. And the time is 10:23. 156, 49%. It's a little over halfway. A little over halfway, 136 miles driven so far. Well, this is a new message. Wheel alignment needed. Service your vehicle. I can't put it in auto steer because wheel alignment is needed. Well, we knew the steering wheel was crooked, but apparently the wheel alignment is not right now. Oh, this is great, huh? I'm on this test and I double click it, and now it says wheel alignment needed. Not steer correctly. Wheel alignment needed. Is this a software bug? What is this? Come on, really? All right, this is our turnaround point. Wow, I think the software crashed or something. The regen is like serious. All right, well, let's continue the trip anyway. 141 and 44%. Okay, it's 148.6. And it is 10:46. So let's get back on the highway here. I don't know what's up with this auto steer now. I need alignment. Okay. I don't get it. Holy crap. Really? That means I gotta drive the rest of this manually? Holy crap. Well, I tell you what there, Rivian, you got now a repair case. You'll get a call when I get home. Looks like the tire pressure's fine in the tires. One's down showing a pound, but it's nothing. Look at that! Blue sky. How nice. Yeah, maybe the clouds and the rain are not predicted now. Have to check. Let's have a look at the consumption. 2.22 miles per kilowatt hour. We're up a little bit. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's a little warmer. It's 79 degrees. We're just about at the end of leg 6. We'll be getting off here, looping around, and getting back on. Start number 7. Yeah, it's starting to get bright here. This is the beginning of leg number 7. We go here and about, and here. Try to stay on the road. Come on, Rivian, you can put the darn odometer somewhere else other than 4 levels deep here. The mackerel. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Come on. Okay, getting on leg 7. Looks like 178.4 miles. It is 11:12. It is now 81 degrees. The GOM is 105 and 33%. So we're going to go probably another leg, maybe a leg and a half. We'll find out. I think I would normally abort this test since I don't have auto steer, but I've got hours invested in it. So I'll continue to drive manually through the rest of it. GOM's reporting 102, 32% now. And let's see, we've got about 30 miles up, 30 miles back. That'll be 60. So we'll see. Depends on how linear the GOM is here. If it's pretty linear, then might have to do 3 more laps after this. We'll see. We're a few miles from our turnaround point. Let's bring up the odometer. Just at our turnaround point. Let's have a look at our mileage here. Looks like 206.1.2. Just getting off here. And the GOM reads 74 and 23, I think. How about that? I stopped and took care of a little business there. Couldn't stand it anymore. And guess what's running again? Well, I guess I don't need a alignment after all here in the Rivian. Apparently the software went wacky. Put that on the fix-it list, boys. That sucks. So much for our blue sky. Where in the heck did it go? This is our 7th leg. We're gonna go and turn around. It's probably 25 miles there. We got 59 in the GOM. I think we'll probably get halfway up the 8th leg, and then I'm gonna head for the house. There is no charging along this stretch, and I don't want to run out, so we'll head to the house. It said it was going to rain today, and look what it's doing. This is a fine kettle of fish. It's starting to rain. Got 15% and 47 miles on the GOM. So let's see how this works out. We're at the end of leg 7. Turn around and start into leg 8. We're at 41 miles and 13%, and we're showing red on the battery. That's okay. Hopefully the GOM is that good. Before we get back on the highway, I'm going to take a short bio break here. Can't handle it. It's been, 4 hours? Something like that. And all my coffee's coming back to get me now. So we're going to take a quick break. Beginning of leg number 8. Got 39 and 13%. And 236.3. We'll see how far we can go here. Probably run it down to about 5% and then head to the house. Since there is absolutely no charging out here on this road or anywhere near. The time is 12:10, 75 degrees and a light rain. Got our very first warning in the car. It said battery low, charge soon. 29 miles and 9%. I think what we'll do is we'll turn around at Highway 221 up here and head back to the house. I'm not sure how low this goes. I'd hate to be stuck out here on the interstate. There is no charging at all on Highway 74. Highway 221 is that big white line that we're coming up to a little ways ahead. Are you scared yet? 24 miles, 8%. Oh no! Getting close to get off the road. 1 mile. 20 miles, 6%. Here's our turnaround point, Highway 221. $19 miles and 6%. That's about right. We're almost all the way to a city called Forest City. We've passed 7 times already. I don't think we have any power limit at this. I punch it, but we'll wait till we get a little lower. 18 miles now and what's that? 6%. So we should be all right. We are headed back home. GOM says 15 miles and 5%. I don't know. I'd say we're pretty good shape. I don't know how far I live from here. I think it's, I don't know, 20 miles, 18 miles, 15 miles. I don't know. We'll find out. Might have to call my wife and bring the generator. You never know. It's getting scary. 4%, 13 miles. Just did a Google map check to my house, and it's 11 miles. And we got a buddy. People that just love driving along next to you. I'm minding my own business, driving down the road, and what do? They just want to drive next to you. 8 miles, 3%. Got about another mile or so, and I think we're getting off the highway here. We're off the highway, 6 miles, 2%. We're going to do back roads here now, kind of diagonal to my house. This is a normal exit when I come from the east here. And where I go, I usually get off here. It's pretty much of a shortcut. Yeah, I think we'll arrive pretty close to 0, I think. Unlike the Mach-E, I got it, I think it was 1 mile from 0, and it said, pull over, pull over. Well, we'll see what the Rivian does here. I don't think they'll do it. I think the guys at Rivian probably provide some kind of buffer. I know my Tesla's got 15 or 20 miles past 0. Okay. There it is. So there we go. There's that message from the Rivian. Doesn't stay long. If you're driving down the road and you don't catch it, you might miss it. Kind of drizzly yet today. So Rivian's power limit is this, I don't know what you call it, a dashed line, dotted line, no, dashed line. There, it's about 50% up the power graph now. And I've got a blue instead of a normal black. So I guess we're in low power mode or something. That's okay. We're just going to milk it here and we'll get there, no problem. Or will we? I think we'll get there. Oh, maybe we won't. I don't know. Look at that, 1%, 3 miles. I heard some of you, turn off the air conditioning, turn off the air conditioning. Okay, I did. Just to make you guys feel better. 3 miles, 1% now. I don't know. I'm not sure we're going to make it. You never know. Hank and Luna are up. Luna's running a little warm. Uh-oh, got a new development on the front screen. There it is. The exclamation mark. 1%, 1 mile. I think I got about a mile, maybe just a hair more. I'm not sure I'll make it now. Oh no. Okay, officially the battery's 0, but it still says 1 mile. No more warning messages yet. The power limit is about halfway. This is what you get on a Tesla, and that power graph will get closer and closer to 0. So we're almost there. It's okay. 0, 0. Holy mackerel, 0, 0. Look at that. See, it's okay. I mean, it really is. If you look at the power graph, assuming the programming is good in this R1T, which I would bet it is, you know, the experience is one of those things that if you go to 0 and it stops, that's terrible. You have to give a good customer experience. We all run it occasionally down to 0 by mistake, maybe. Maybe a charger doesn't work, you know, who knows? So in order to make sure the experience for your customer is a good one, you always want to put a little reserve. These are the things that Tesla does. I call it sandbagging, where they tell you, oh, it's 0 to 60 in 3, but it really does it in 2.8 or 2.9. Because the customer's expecting at least what the manufacturer says. And of course, when you deliver a product, when you have just a little extra than what you said, the customer really likes it. Hey, a little regen here going downhill. We could use it. Just about there, probably half mile from the house. I'm not worried. Unless this thing keels over and dies here, I'm worried, but right now, no. 0, 0. Yeah, just watch the power meter. That's the available power. That's that little in the arc there, about halfway up is what we're looking at. But we're about there. When I get home here in another 300 yards, I will go ahead and punch it and just to see what the power graph is. All right, we're about there now. 0, 0. Yeah, how about that? All right, 0, 0. We're still rolling. All right, let's I'm going to stop here. I've got a real short driveway, but I'm going to punch it, right? Ready? Here goes. Let me see if we can all see this. Here goes. Floored. Yeah, so I can move. I'm not moving anywhere really fast, but it's okay. As you saw, even with 0, 0, there's reasonable acceleration. All right, I'm going to go plug it in and make it happy here. We'll hook it up to my Tesla wall connector. I happen to have one outside of the garage here, and that way it'll make it a little easier to get to. Okay, final results before we end this. 0, 0, 0, right? And if I look over here in the About screen, yeah, and that's where the odometer is in the About screen. Look at that, 270.6 miles. If you remember, the GOM estimated 313 at 100%. We are now at 0%, and there's still some reserve, of course. The engineers at Rivian did a fine job in making sure the customer experience was a good one. 270.6 miles. I'll do a little numbers and I'll throw it up on the screen here. And this is typical with any vehicle, including a gas or diesel. You drive it at super highway speeds like we did at 75 almost the entire way, you are not going to get optimum. The GOM is set up for something like, I would bet, like 62.5 miles an hour. If you did that, the GOM would be right on. All right, well, there you go. Let's get this plugged in before it winds too bad. And then what I'd like to do is I'll tally this up in the video and you can see all the numbers. I've put my Electron adapter for the Tesla wall connector. It's not a wall charger, it's a wall connector because it connects 240 volts to the car. Okay, now let's listen. Did you hear that? The truck likes it. We are green. Yeah, look at that. All you viewers should be really proud of Luna and Hank. They're my travel dogs. They love to go for a ride. My wife takes them everywhere in the Model Y. And of course, with dog mode, you can take your animals with you. And they're just super comfortable in the car. The Rivian has the paw mode. I think it's called the pet mode. Which is essentially the same as the dog mode. Keeps them happy while you're out of the car doing whatever you have to do. Well, I bet you guys want to go potty or get something to eat or see mom, right? All right, well, let's get you out of here.